Hello, everyone. Oh, you know what? I have the wrong lights on. Give me a second. Why I did that? This is funny. Let me just change the lights here for you, make them a little nicer. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yay, Yippee Fridays. Yes, Yippee Friday. So happy that you're here. We've got a good group today. It's holiday season in full swing. And today we're going to make stars. I'm going to show you how to do 3 different styles. I'm going to show you how to do a 5-pointed star, a sunburst star, and a 5-point. This is a modular star. I call it the 3D star. And this one is the sunburst star. It's a traditional model. And then this one is the 5-point star. And Phoebe mentioned the, the diagrams. Okay, so let me just kind of explain. You can use any kind of paper, but Phoebe was kind enough to make one of these because it's nice to have, but you don't absolutely have to have it because I'm going to show you how to fold that without the diagram. I'm going to show you how. But what makes this diagram is going to be helpful with is if you have a piece of paper, let's say that you want to print out, you can print this on one side and then print your decorative paper on the other side, and then you have a template. All you have to do is cut it out. So that's what I'm going to use this for, because it's going to be helpful. This is for an 8-inch wide piece of paper, or basically you cut out, it's an 8-inch wide Pentagon, and then this is for the 6-inch paper. So take advantage of those. They're going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to everybody just having a nice relaxing time. I've got everything kind of stepped out so that, not to bore you with too many modular folds, but what you want to do is for sure watch this recording, because these, you want to remember them and you want to make lots of them. So I'll kind of show you, I'll start with the little 5-pointed stars. I'm going to move these off to the side, and I'll just kind of bring them out as needed, and I'll explain them as I go. This one, I'll do this one, and then the first one I'm going to do is the Pentagon star, the one that starts as a Pentagon. This is made out of an 8-inch piece of double-sided 6H paper, the Sumi paper that we have. It's been, if you remember one of our lives, I did a gel printed session, double-sided, and it's really nice and sturdy because it feels really thick because of the acrylic paint on it. And then I just folded a whole bunch of these. I saw a little, and you can hear me, I hope. Just let me know. Well, I think you can, but please let me know, someone if you can hear me. Just a little quick, a quick hello, or I see a heart. I hope that's it. Yay! Just want to make sure. Because sometimes I can just go rambling on and not have my mic on. So, all right. I'm excited that you can hear me. So this one, these little stars, I folded out of the kaleidoscope paper, folded this out of our doodle dot, and really it's this fold is so much fun when you do different sizes. But I wanted to show you this little cute thing. I did see this online. No, I saw it in a kit, and I thought, I don't need to buy a kit. I can just make my own, and I did. So, and yes, Phoebe made a beautiful, perfect template for that. And what's interesting is the template, this little 6-inch template. When you do the folding technique I'm going to show you, it's exactly the same. The stars come out the same. So this one I did with this little one I did with the template, and this one I did with just my folding, and they're exactly the same size. So interesting. I don't know. I'm not a big geometry person, but I know there's something that was magical about that. But here's what I did: is I made a bunch of stars, and then I just stitched them together. So you'll know that you can just, nothing fancy, just stitch them together, and these actually can move around on there. It's a waxed linen thread I bought off Amazon. It's just a waxed, I think this is what is it? 5 millimeter? No, I don't know what this is. I think this might be 8 millimeter. There's a little thicker one. I got the thin one, and I really like it. It's very strong, and it's very, very, you can't break it. So, but it's sort of invisible, and I like that. So I made several, and I'm going to keep making them for a garland for my mantle. But I love this. This is made with double-sided collage papers, the Yasutomo. And yay, I'm so glad you can hear me and see. Yay. So, and I may bring the camera down a little closer when I'm doing the folds for this, but I'm going to show you how we make a pentagon without using the template, even though you have the template and it's fabulous. But I'm going to show you how I fold without it. So I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to grab a piece of paper, and the paper I want to use, oh, I don't know, which paper am I going to use today? I'm going to use a larger sheet. Here it is. It's in front of me. And the reason I'm going to use a larger sheet, it's just easier for you to see. This is 6H paper just by itself. And actually, no, this is Torinoko. This may be a beautiful paper to fold a star. And also, this is 6H. It's a little thinner. So I'm going to go ahead and use the 6H, and which has been gel printed. And I think it's beautiful. And if you wanted to use the template on this, you could. You could actually lay this, maybe cut the template out first, kind of like how I did with this one. Cut it out, trace the outline, cut the paper, and then fold along these fold lines, okay? But let me just show you how you do it without it, if you really feel adventurous. And it's really not hard once you get used to it. So wonderful that everybody's here. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, everybody. I'm just so happy I see a nice big group, and so happy that we're all here. It's Friday. Yay. Okay. Start with your pattern side down if you have a pattern, and fold it in half, just in one direction. Just fold it in half. Make sure all these are lined up before you make that crease. Make sure the top edge and the sides are lined up, and then give it a crease like that. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make, you won't be folding, but you're going to be creating a little mark in the middle. You need to mark the center here. So how I do that, so someone is not seeing or hearing anything. Wow, that's Julia that's not seeing or hearing anything. So if anyone else is not seeing or hearing, let me know. If everybody else is seeing, put a thumbs up or a heart or something. So I haven't heard anything yet. Oh, somebody's in a reboot. Okay, got it. Okay, so I'm going to take this edge, this raw edge that's on my left. And of course, I want to line this up to make sure it's really straight. So I'm going to just refold that a little, make sure that's straight. I'm hoping I cut this nicely. We'll see. I'm just going to make sure that I kind of did this in haste. I really want to make sure that this is folded nice and even. Okay, so now I'm going to take this raw edge and I'm going to bring it up to this edge, but I'm not going to fold it. So I'm going to bring it up as if I'm going to fold it, and I'm not going to fold it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it right in the middle. I'm just going to take my finger and pinch it, and I'm going to bring this down just a little so you can see it closer. So pinch right here. Okay, I'm just reading the comments. I want to make sure everybody's okay. All right, so and then you open it up and you'll see a little pinch mark in the center. So there's no folding here. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just kind of bring this raw edge up to this folded edge, which is what we're doing. We're just making like a little pinch right here. Now you'll see there's a little X kind of right there in the middle. And you're going to have your bottom, your folded edge at the bottom. Your raw edges are at the top, okay? And now you're going to take this point, this corner, this right corner, and it's going to go over to the X, and it's going to park right in that intersection, right inside that intersection. And then you're going to crease. Now I'm going to get my bamboo folding tool with this. I love these. Yasutomo. These are so nice. And you're going to just fold that, like, so you've got it so that's parked right inside, and you have this nice crease on this right side. You're going to take this edge, this folded edge that's right here, this little bottom edge that I'm pointing to. I'm going to fold that to the crease back along this to lay right over that folded edge. And then it comes to a point at the bottom. Okay, we're almost there. And all the pre-folds are being done. You'll see what I mean when I unfold it. Okay, so now I've got that. Then I'm going to bring this folded edge, this bottom edge. What was I doing? There's an X over on this side. Oh yeah, that's okay. Oops. My brain, I just had a senior moment. Please. So I'm going to bring this folded edge over to this folded edge, closest folded edge right here, and making sure that this point is nice and sharp. And then I'm going to crease. I'm almost done. I'm almost ready to unfold it. You'll see what I mean. I just love this. The next and last step in this is you're going to, right along this fold, you're going to fold this backwards. And I usually just turn it over, and I'm folding it so that all the edges are lined up with each other. You don't want any edges sticking out. So you want all the edges to be lined up. There it is. And I'm going to just give it a nice crease like that. Now, I think I have this right. I don't know. I don't think I have this right. I think I did something wrong. I'm second guessing myself, but I'm going to look at this one. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm okay. I'm just having a moment. So I'm glad I have one ready. So what you're going to do, it just feels like you're cutting off a lot. And then you can save these little spare pieces for your for scraps or for collage. So don't, it's not a waste. You can use it. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it straight across that very top edge of that raw edge. I'm going to save these little bits and pieces for later. And now I'm going to unfold everything. And the cool thing is with this, when you do this, you've already got all those folds done. All those folds are done. Just like in the diagram, they're already done, and I love that. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of make all these valleys. I'm just going to make life a little easier, I'm just going to kind of take the ones that are not valleys, and I'm just going to fix those up. So the ones that are this just makes the last steps easy. So I'm just going to do this, kind of make these all valley folds. Okay. There we go. So they're all there. They're all valley folds now, pretty much. Let's see. This one isn't. Okay. All right. So now, because I'm playing with it and messing with it. So now you have a pentagon. And what you're going to do is you've got these crease lines. And you're going to do you're going to bring the bottom edge up to these 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock crease lines. If you're going to look at a clock, kind of imagine, even though it's not a clock, but you don't want to go up here. You're not going down here. You're going to fold to these points here. And I'm going to bring the bottom edge up to where the bottom edge meets just that crease point. You can see that right here and here. You can see that's meeting there and that's meeting there. And then I'm going to crease. Give that a really sharp crease when you do that. And I'm going to do this on all the sides. So I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to bring the bottom edge up to those the 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever that is. Okay. And then fold. Okay. Open it up. Rotate it. Bring this bottom edge to the next. Just keep doing this until you've met all of those creases. Basically, what you're doing is you're making another hexagon on the inside. You can see it's already it's starting, but I'll keep going. I'm going to bring the bottom edge up to those creases, and I'm going to crease it. And I think I have one more to go. Yep. I'm going to bring the bottom edge up to that crease. Okay. So now what I have is I have a hexagon inside the big outer hexagon, and then I have this little hexagon in the middle. So this is where you can see it. Okay. I can see it pretty well now. So I just want to make sure these are going to be valleys as we work through making the star. Excuse me. These will be, I'm going to take these and I'm going to take the paper. I want to just pinch these together. This crease here, and I want to stop at this little hexagon, the inside hexagon. I'm just going to pinch it, and then I'm going to lay it down on the existing folds, and the only new fold I'm making is what's underneath. So I'm just kind of going underneath here. It's this little fold right here. That's all I'm doing. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Deb, hey, I've been folding since I was, let's see, 12. So now that I'm 70, yeah, yeah, I've been folding a long time. But it's really soothing. It's good for my mind. It's good for everybody's, eye-hand coordination. It's just good for you. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it and I'm going to do this on all the sides. So I'm going to open it up. I've got my little, I'm going to pinch it together right at the place where that inside um, hexagon is. And I'm going to fold it down and kind of I'm not making any new creases. I'm just on the existing creases, kind of bring that over as far as it will go. And then once you have done that, then crease what's underneath. You'll feel it underneath. I'm going to open it up and do the same in all points. And then this will make putting the star together very easy. I'm going to open it up. You see that was pretty easy to do. And sometimes if your paper acts like it wants to go a different direction, just keep working with it and don't be, discouraged, because sometimes some papers will do weird things. It depends on the paper. So I'm going to so you can see the inside of the hexagon. I'm going to pinch that and I'm just I'm going to just make a new crease right under here. That's all. Okay. So it looks like I've got all the creases, pre-creasing done. Now, if you collapse all this according to the folds that you already have, it's going to go automatically almost. So I'm going to start with this side. I'm just going to kind of bring it towards here. And then I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm just going to take this next point. So remember, these are your 5 points. You're going to just go find those points and pinch them together. And as you do that, you're going to just kind of not making any new creases. You're going to go along the existing creases that are already there. And you're just going to kind of collapse these. So bring them inside. You're bringing them inside using that hexagon as your base. And I'm just going to, and then you want the points to all go in the same direction. And it looks like it's going to be a mess, but let me tell you, it doesn't. It turns out really beautifully. Now watch how this happens. All the little pieces are, they're all tucked the way they're supposed to be. And then if I flatten it gently, just flatten it along the existing creases. If you find that you're making a new crease, back up and flatten, just back up because you don't want to make new creases. So there I've got basically this part of the star. It's not quite there yet, but it's close to being done. If you turn it over, you have an intersection that's right in the center, and this is going to be gorgeous, by the way. So pretty. And this paper is 8 inches wide. It's 8 inches square, this one. And the little ones are 6 inches. So let me bring in a 6-inch. There's a 6-inch square size, and this is the 8-inch. So it's going to be just a little bit bigger. Not really 2 inches bigger, but it is bigger. Oh, yes, math, of course. This is so good for people who are good at math. Even for people who are bad at math, like me. I was able to, this is the only part of math that I understood as a kid. It's funny how the brain works, but I just was so hesitant to do regular math. But in geometry and this physical, actually seeing geometry in its physical form is just very exciting. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to make these little points narrow, and I'm going to take this top layer right here, and I'm going to bring it up to this center intersection. So you want it to go right here, but you also want to, when you're folding it, you want to start the fold to make a nice sharp point on the outside. So I'm just going to kind of start that fold, and I'm going to end the fold right at that intersection, and then I'm just going to crease it. I was so bad at math. But this was my saving grace, I could do origami. That was it. I had to have help getting through my math classes. I needed tutoring, and I've forgotten it all. I can add and subtract and multiply, and that's it. Okay, so next is I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to take this edge or this point, and I'm going to bring it to that intersection, to the center, but at the same time, I want to have that point be nice and sharp. So I'm starting the fold here and then bringing it out this way. Hello from Atlanta. Yay, so glad you can watch. Yay, we've got a good group. So it's a fun group. Yay. Okay. Now I'm going to, and really this recording is going to be very helpful for you. So when the recording comes on, and if you miss folding along because that happens, you can watch the recording all the time and rewind it, stop it, and all that. So same thing, going to bring this part right to the center, and then I'm just going to kind of taper it down so that it comes to a point. And since I'm using 6H paper, 6H paper, and that's our rice paper or original, it's been around forever. It is so forgiving when you're fold. It is just amazing. It's just pliable. It's actually buttery to me, and I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do the next one, next little bit here, and I'm just going to make that point right, nice and sharp, and boom. And you know what else is nice about the paper that's been gel printed? It's got this nice coating on it that feels really super durable and waterproof. And the paper is gorgeous. Yeah, we did a live. This was a live. I don't know when it was, but it's one of our gel printed on washi papers. And if you can watch the live and see how I made this. This was inspired by Elizabeth St. Hilaire, the paper artist that does collages with paper and paintings with paper. She did this technique, and I was so enthralled by it. And you can look at her tutorials. They're beautiful, and they show you how to decorate this paper. And she uses the same paper. So now I'm going to take the bottom. Now the inside here, I need to just kind of lift up this piece here to get it out of the way while I bring this into that intersection, right into the center. And I can drop that down. And then I'm going to just kind of make sure that this tapers to a nice sharp point like that. And now my star is done. Isn't it? I just think that is the most gorgeous star. I love it. It's gold. I can put it up on top of my tree. It is so pretty. And then the back side is you've got another bit of, you can leave that alone. You can color it if you want. You can, actually, I did some coloring with a marker and it really made a nice inside. With double-sided paper, you would see that paper, this part. But there it is. That's the 5-point star pentagram, which starts with a pentagon. Okay? So that's that. I love it. This one, so that paper the star comes out to this size, so you can see it. And oh yes, definitely the garland, which I'll show you. I already have this garland. Anybody who joined a little bit late, this is a garland that I made using the little 6-inch stars, and it's quite long. And I'm going to keep building on it because I'm going to add. Oh, thank you, Anita. Thank you. So. All right, so moving on because we got more stuff to do. So I'm gonna finish that one, and I love them. I think they're beautiful. But here, let's move on to we're gonna move on to this one. This one is called a Sunburst star, and what is gorgeous about it, it's made out of 2 sheets of paper, and you're just gonna fold 2 exactly the same and put them together. So this one, I just put a little thing on it because I like doing that. But you can leave it alone. It looks great, but I can't leave it alone. I always have to put like a center focal point. This was made, excuse me, this was made with our newest paper that it just came off the ship. It's Unryu paper in a roll, and I was making samples this week, and it's got this little bit of a shimmery, silky threads through it, and it folds very nice. It feels delicate, but it's really strong. So I made that today because I wanted to play with it. I believe that is a 8.5-inch or 9-inch, 2 squares, 9 inches. I'm going to do, this is 6-inch square. This is a 6-inch square, 2 6-inch squares you need. And I cut it down, I think it was to 5.5 because I wanted to put it on a greeting card. So, and this paper here was gel printed this morning out of 6H. I just wanted to remember. Yeah, out of the 6H paper, I just was playing around with gel printing, and I made this paper, and I think it came out so pretty. I'm really wanting this in my space here. I love it. You can put a little string at the top to hang it, or you don't have to. You can make it a gift topper. I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. All right, so let me show you how to fold it. So what you need is I've got one that I've already folded, and I'm going to fold one so I don't put you through doing two. But you want to have two pieces exactly the same. It would be a fun class, and we've done it before, and we can do it again. Maybe we can do it next year because next year's around the corner. I'm going to drink a little water. Very dry in Arizona, excuse me, very dry in Arizona, and I get dry really easy when I start yakking, especially in the winter because we have heaters going and stuff like that. So yes, if I'm sure that Phoebe could give you that link for the gel printing video, and I think we might have more than one. So this one is called the Sunburst Star, like I mentioned, and it is folded out of a very common base. And I'm going to just show you how to fold this base. And the base can be done, you can make a lot of things with this base. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you want to have a star that has two sides, like this one here, which I kind of like, if you fold them exactly the same, you'll get a star that looks like this with all the same colors. But if you have double-sided paper and you want to do something that's more like this, you're going to fold you're just going to turn over the paper and fold white side or wrong side or white side, but you're going to get this variation, which I'm going to show you that because I really love it. I think it's really pretty. So, okay, this is the same paper, and if I were to wanted to make the same, I would start folding with the pattern side down. But I'm going to fold with the pattern side up, color side down, and I'm going to start the folds. So the first thing you're going to do is do a diagonal fold, point to point. And you just want this very accurate, just like the other one. Stars really need accurate folding because of the points. So you're going to open it up and you're going to turn it and fold it in the opposite direction. Okay. And then you're going to take it, open it up, and you're going to take it and fold it just in half, this in both directions. Fold it in half. And open it up, rotate it, fold it in half in the opposite direction. What you now have is you have creases this way and creases this way. So if you're to look on the back side, you can see it a little bit better. But you want those creases there. And then we're going to take all four corners and we're going to fold them to that center intersection. And having those creases there really helps to line up those points to the center. Because you want those nice and lined up. You don't want them overlapping. You want them lined up. So I'm folding all 4 points to that center intersection, making sure that these corners are nice and lined up. If they're not, you can just adjust the fold until it is right, until it's lined up. Sometimes I don't know why, but sometimes my folds end up a little on the wonky side. So I just kind of, adjust until these are all lined up. Okay. So give that a really nice, once you've done that, really crease that well, and then open them up, all 4 corners, and you're going to do a cupboard fold. So this is this is the crease that I'm going to use as the place I'm going to fold the bottom edge to that middle crease, both sides, just to make sure they're lined up. Crease it really well, and then bring the next piece to the crease, to the edge you just folded. So there it is. Make sure they're lined up and then crease it really well. Now, if you can look carefully, you'll see creases. There's this crease is here. You see all these creases. You're going to take this raw edge, fold it to that center crease, and crease it really well. Turn it over and fold this next edge to that center crease. Okay? Okay, like that. Now what you have is this is called a pig base. I don't know why it's called a pig base, but I guess to fold a pig, I don't know. But it's going to be a pig base, but it's also the base for many modular Freuble type models and designs. So it's a really good one to have. So you see there's already a crease here. There's already a crease here. And what you're going to do is open up this flap, just open this corner, open it up and fold it on the existing crease on both sides, and then just flatten it down into a windmill type. You can call it a windmill base as well. I got a pig base, windmill base. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Or it could be, yeah, windmill base. Okay, you can open this up. You've got that crease. It's already there. It's easy to go, just bring it over there. And same thing with this one, just on the existing folds, and then crease it down. Now you have, it looks like a little boat. And I guess you would, if you folded a pig, yeah, it would look like that. You'd need it to look like that. So what I love about origami is there's so many basic bases that turn into all kinds of stuff. Oh my goodness, so many people. Oh, you guys, Deb, you're so sweet. All right. Okay, so we're going to take your points and just fold them kind of back and forth so that they kind of stand up on their own like a table. You're not making any new creases. You're just reversing the existing creases. You're going to like stand it up like a little table. Okay. And then just, you can see it looks like a little table, upside down table. If you turn it over, it's a table. All right. So keep it flat, with the legs up like this. Now you're not making any new creases, but you're going to take each of these flaps and you're just going to you're going to smash them down along the existing creases. And if any adjustments need to be made, this is when you do it, but you want it to lay perfectly over these layers. You don't want any things shifting. So if you have to kind of shift it a little or move it a little, you can, making sure that it's close to laying right on top of each other as possible. Okay. Same thing with this. Just bring that and lay it straight right on there. And the more accurate your folds are, the easier this part is. And then just do this on all four corners. Just lay them down. And I'm loving this tool to get all these little things very sharp. And I'm just going to and if your fingers is too big for if it won't do it, just use the tool to open that up and flatten it down. Okay, so now that you have that, you've got all four corners. It looks like a little, it's flat, it's smooth on one side, and you have little squares, like little miniature versions of this on the top. Okay, smash potatoes. Yeah, I like the smash. I love it. Okay, so now you're going to take each one of these little look like little cranes. You're going to take the top layer, let's say the left top layer, hold it to that crease in the middle, and make it start the fold right here so that it comes to a sharp point in the center, and then give it a good crease. And you're going to do this on the other side so that it just meets like a little ice cream cone or a kite, so that comes to a very sharp point in the center. And if you can adjust the folds, like I just realized I didn't have it to a sharp point. So there, now it's adjusted. And you want to do this on all four sides. So if you can see it, it looks like this. Okay? Fold it to this. All 4 points go to the center like this. Little tiny, just make these little folds. And they get small, especially with smaller papers, but it's such a beautiful look. And I think this star looks better with smaller papers. The bigger the paper, it gets kind of big. So we're going to take that and we're going to do that on the remaining two. Like this. And bring that fold. Just starting that in the center. Just start that fold right in the middle and then bring it to line up along that crease. And then give it a really good crease. And then you just take the raw edge, the last one. I'm just checking the chat, make sure everybody's okay. Yep. All right. And I'm going to bring the next fold in to this, just like this. So they all should look exactly like this. Okay. Next step. Next step is all you're going to do is take these four corners and fold them backwards. And you want the folding you're going to want that fold to start right at this top edge. So the way I do this, you can do a couple of ways. There's different ways. I'm going to take my folding tool and just start the process. It makes it easier. Just kind of burnish it on the top. You don't have to do this, but I just find it's easier. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this paper and fold it right back as far as it will go, so that it's kind of lined up on the edge of that edge. So there we go. So it looks like you've hidden that little point, and do that on all four sides. Just fold it backwards completely, give it a really sharp crease, and all four sides, and make sure that that point lines up, points to the crease. You'll see it because you'll see that it's hidden. And then the last one is here, like that. So next step, this is where so you've got this, looks like a little flower now. And you're going to open up this top layer only. It's like when you're making a crane, you're going to open that top layer and you're going to just fold it. You're not making new creases. You're going to reverse it and open it up. And just kind of like the way a crane is made, you open that piece up, making no new creases, just reverse the existing creases. And it comes to this nice little long point, long diamondy shape. And I don't know what that shape would be in geometry, but anyway, there it is. You want to do this on all four sides. It is like the spinning top, exactly. So this is exactly, if you're doing the spinning top, you would you wouldn't fold these backwards. You would do it like this. But anyway, yeah, it's exactly like that. My favorite spinning top. Now you're going to open this up, bring the tip outward. And if you can master this, you can make the spinning top, which next week we're going to do with my origami group. Yep, and it's exactly this fold. So if any people that are in my origami group are here, you're getting a preview of how to make the spinning top. Okay, open it up. And I did mention I was going to make snowflakes, but I'm going to also do the spinning top. It does look like a bird's head. I love it. It reminds me of a bird when I'm opening it. Like when I used to teach it years ago, I'd say it's putting, when you do that flap, it's like opening up a bird. You're feeding a baby bird. And that's kind of how you get to that open point. All right, one more time. I'm going to open that top layer, open the mouth. So it's like a mouth, using the crease, just basically pulling it until it's kind of reversing the folds until it comes to this nice elongated point. All just about, actually, it's done. So you make a second one. Now I know I'm not going to make the second one because I do want to do the next star. And it's going to take me the amount of time I need to, it's going to take a while. So here's how you put it together. So this is one model and this is the other. This is so easy. I'm going to show you. I'm going to flatten this one out a little bit more because I don't know why I didn't flatten it very well when I pre-folded it a little while ago. But you want all your creases really flat, especially on these points. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to put it inside. I think this is how I'm doing it. Yeah. Wait a second. Am I doing this right? Yeah. I'm second guessing myself once again. It is so easy that I get second guessed. I'm going to take these little flaps, and I'm just going to use those flaps to lock in the star. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one. Just kind of pull it over, until it locks in. There. And that is it. That's the star. Isn't that? It's amazing. And I'm just going to go ahead and flatten these. If you want to glue them, the little triangles down, you're welcome to do that. But let me just show you. That's the finished star. And I think it's just gorgeous with the 2. And, oh, yeah. It's called grouper. Grouper. You have to be, it's an insurance it's based on, so it's a service. It's a wonderful service where you can take art classes and origami and physical fitness and all that. And it's It's basically like silver sneakers for creative people. But there it is. There's the sunburst inside the center, and there, and then that's what it looks on the outside. So for you, what I like to do, and I'm going to do it here. I made this ahead of time. I made these little watercolor circles, and you can see how I did it first. I put the tape down first, then I painted the circle, let it dry, and then I wrote the words. I'm going to use, I'm not sure, I'm going to use the one in the middle. So I'm just going to show you the process here in its entirety. I think, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be this one. So I'm just going to take this and do a little fussy cut around it. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. In fact, the little more wonky it is, the better. I could have done a real perfect circle like with a pencil and painted it in, but I wanted a little more handmade look. But you can do make a template and make an ornament, like a little small round ornament on the inside. You can do a star on the inside. You can do anything if you want to. You don't have to, but I like to just add a little something. So if I decide I want to hang it this way, I'm going to put it right smack in the middle. And I like it the best. I tried to put like a foam tape in the middle. I didn't like the way it turned out at all. So, I'm just going to do a straight gluing on it like this. And I want my hanging, when I do hang it, I want it to hang from here. So I'm just going to lay it, kind of try to center it the best I can, kind of in between those little points, and making sure that that it lines up both top, bottom, sort of the best I can. And then I'm going to just do my thing. I'm going to just press it down like that. Now you can also put something on the back if you want, but I just think it looks really pretty that way. The perfect quote, exactly. We need it, don't we? This world needs, well, it needs joy, but it also needs love. So those are my love, joy, love and joy. So it would be joy on earth. Let's see, joy to the world. Then there's peace on earth, and then love all, I guess. That's kind of what I was writing. Some other ones. I did some little ones here, little quotes that I was making for these little ornaments. And these are kind of like, where did the one go? I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere. But I leave these little blank pieces, and I just make these. And I could put this one on the back. This would be fun if you're going to give it away. Let's say you're going to mail it to somebody in a card, or you're going to give it as a gift on a gift topper. You can put your recipient's name on it if you want. And this one, I just sign my name and put the date, so that if you are giving them away as just sort of generic gifts, not specifically to anyone, but just want to give someone something, you can put your, there we go, I just want to make sure it's going the same direction. You can put something on the back. It's like a signature for the back, and it plus it holds it together. It really helps it to kind of stay put, without having to do much on the star itself. Now, when I apply the string, let me explain. When I do the string on it, I won't do it now because I don't want to put you through the agony of it, because it's a tedious thing. But I put it in like so, and then I put a little glue on the inside of these flaps, and I tuck those little points in, and I do it. Now, sometimes I might have trouble doing that. So what I did with this one, I cheated a little bit. I cut out a piece of origami paper, just taped, which I could do this too. I taped this on, right? I just taped it on because I was being lazy. Like I taped it right here, and then to cover that up, I cut another piece of paper, and I just glued it right on top. I cut it to the same size. Oh, it's not. Oh, what? I'm just reading reading the comments. Some of it I don't know, can't respond to, or I would love to, but I don't know. Just want to make sure I'm getting everybody covered. Okay, so this one has a little snowflake on the back. This one has this, but you can see how beautiful these are as ornaments, or just decorations in your home. I've got one hanging in my space here. So that's that star. So we're done with that one. Now we're going to move on because we have just the right amount of time. We're moving on to this 3D star. Okay, so I'm going to move this up a little because it is a little bigger. Okay, this one, now let me show you something, a trick. Because when I first started making these, once you make them, they are kind of 3D and they're very hard to store. So what you can do is you can store them like this. So you can use them every year, put it a little, you can use this if you want to put double stick tape so that whoever you send it to can just open it up and make their star. Or if you want to be like me and you want to reuse it, I'm just using a clamp. Like you can use a paper clip right here to hold it together. So then you can reuse them. Okay. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to show you, I made 4 models ahead of time. And I'm going to show you how easy these units are. You got to make 5 exactly the same. And to save time, I folded 4 in advance. And now I'm going to tell you how to fold it. It's so easy. You don't even need a diagram. What I usually do is I save a piece of paper to remind myself, but it's so easy to do that. You won't have to, you need a diagram. So you're going to take a piece of paper, and if you have a pattern, you're going to use your pattern side down. This is our pure paper. I like it because it's a little stiffer, a little thicker, and it makes great stars. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it point to point like this. Okay, give it a crease, open it up, and then just fold the lower left and the lower right to that center crease you just made. Okay, then, and you want this to be come to a nice sharp point like so. And if it's not sharp, just get it so that it's a sharp point. Okay, and then fold the other side to meet that side you just folded like this. So now you have looks like a kite. Now fold the bottom corner. See this little flap here? I'm just going to fold it up to this line up here. Fold it up, basically using that line as my stopping point. I'm just going to fold it up so that these are nice sharp corners. Okay, that's it. And then the next paper, or the next fold is taking these folded edges, this bottom, and bringing it up to this center. So I'm going to bring it up like this and up like this. That's all the folding you're going to need to do, pretty much. But what I'm going to do now is the next thing I do is this little piece that's right here in the middle. I like to glue this because you'll see why. So I'm going to glue this little square that's sitting on top. I don't want to glue the stuff underneath. I'm just gluing that part only. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave the glue out because I'm going to show you what I need to do next. Now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to just fold it along this long crease. And I have the module, okay? And that's it. You make 5 of these and you want to make sure they're all exactly the same size. And you stack them in the same direction, like so. And what you're going to do is you need to glue all of the pieces. And there's a little different ways you can do this with, I've got like a little way to cheat because I have a hard time, and maybe because I'm older, I don't know what it is, but I'm having a harder time lining up these edges because they need to be perfectly lined up when you glue them. So you could do, if you're careful not to bend these if you want to glue, you're going to just glue this area only. So I'll just start. So this area, I'm just going to kind of mark it with my pen so you can kind of see it. This area down is where you're going to glue, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to just take that, and I need to work fast. So when I'm working these, so I kind of have them like stacked in the right direction, and I'm going to go ahead and put my glue no farther than that line. In fact, up to that line, and I don't need a lot of glue, but just enough to especially get them on the outsides. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough to hold it. And this is this Designer Dries Clear, dries nice and fast. And I'm going to just lay this on top, and I'm going to make sure before I really commit, I want to make sure that these points are lined up and the bottom edges are lined up before the glue sets, because then if it sets, you're in trouble. There, I got it lined up. Yay. And then I press so that it bonds. Okay, next one, you do the same thing. Take it from that line, that crease line, and just to give yourself enough glue, but not too, don't overdo it. And then bring your next piece in and just lay it on top and line it up. And just really watch your, watch the, just make sure they're lined up. Watch the bottom edge and watch the edges before you commit. There we go. And the next one, it's really not hard. It's just to make a nice star. You really need that accuracy. Okay. There we go. And then next piece, just going to try to line it up best I can. And then before I press down, I kind of make sure that the bottom edge, the points, everything is lined up as best as it can be. Because if it doesn't, then the star comes out a little woo, like goes wherever it wants to go. So, yeah, okay. Next step, last one. But it's not the last time we glue something. Okay, last piece. Here comes this glue. And then what I usually do after I've done this, I'm not going to use glue. I'm going to either use double stick tape or I'm going to clamp it. But let me just explain that so you have that information. Lay it on top and like so. Okay, like that. All right, so now it's all lined up. Give it a little bit of time to bond before you open the thing. So usually what I do is I kind of clamp it down for a little while, just enough just to really get that glue so that it's bonded. And just leave it for a minute. So let me explain about this. So this is the same thing. It's been glued. And then what I did was I took some double stick tape. This is if I'm going to send it to someone, which I do plan to send it to Yasutomo. I plan to send it to Phoebe. I plan to send both of these to Phoebe, and so they can put it in a booth or use it for something. So what you want to do is you can put the double stick tape, or you can just clamp it like I do with a paper clip. Actually, a paper clip you can hide and nobody will even know it's there. And then you can hang it, string it with string. So let me show you how I do that. I use this double stick tape, and then there we go. And then you just cut, let's see, get a little bit of, maybe just enough, like you're basically gonna cut, and right where you had the glue is where you're gonna put the tape. But you don't want to undo it until you can either leave it on there or you can just use your paper clip to hold it. But this will make it, once you take the double stick tape liner off, then it's never gonna, the star will not be able to be, you can't just reuse it. There we go. So I got it there. That's gonna be to send if somebody wants to use it and leave it. But let me just show you how beautiful they are when you open them up. Now, when you open them up, you're going to notice, you're going to just see this beautiful like unfolding of a star, but you want to kind of even out you just need to kind of play with it a little bit to get those points to be symmetrical. And then you have this beautiful star. Yeah, the paper clip is the easiest thing. Just those little cheap office paper clips that will hold it together. You can even put it in two places if you want, but really probably only one is needed. And that's it. So you see I have a little glue that went over a little bit. So I overdid the glue on one side, but there it is. And I love this blue star. I think it comes out really pretty. And then when I'm done with it for the season, just take it back. And then, you can take the paper clip that you want to, I don't have a paper clip, but if I did, I would just put it right here so that I can use it again and store them for the next year or for the next event, or because that takes time to fold these, and why not save them? you know. So isn't that gorgeous? That's a gorgeous blue, and it comes in our pure paper selection. So I'm just going to bring the stars out. And I can't believe what time. Oh my gosh, we have 5 minutes. I can't believe it. So if anybody has any questions, please. Oh, let me just show you something that I like to do with this. Okay, so I found. Oh, what paint did I use? A gel paint, the 6H. Good question. This one. I kind of use a mixture of, let's see, Amsterdam tube. Let me just kind of show this brand, or Liquitex. Amsterdam, I love that stuff. Amsterdam. And then I use a lot of golden acrylics, especially in Holbein. So those are my 3 different brands, or 4 different brands. These are lower priced. Then you have Holbein, which is the most amazing paint. Not the matte. The matte you don't want to use, sorry. You're going to use, let's see, if you're going to use Holbein, you can use the tubes, and then you can use golden in the fluids. I usually use fluid paint. Yeah, I use good stuff because, the best stuff gives you the best results. And glitter glue. Oh, yeah. So art glitter glue, it says art glitter, but it's just the brand. Okay, so Art Glitter is a company. She makes glitter. In fact, they're right in my town. They're my neighbors. They make glitter, but this plain old, it's white glue. I use it for everything, and I don't like to use glitter. Actually, I have glitter, but I don't like using it because the only glitter gets everywhere, and it gets in places that you don't want it to be. But what I like to use is, and I'm actually trying to come up with a glitter glue that for them, because I think it would be really nice. But yeah, the stickles. If you use this, then you can just make sparkly stickles. But I was going to show you this quick thing. It's a quick little way to cover up if you want to have like a nice, like the star with the backing. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Oh wow, I love that. And I think I said it wrong, but anyway, I know I do understand what that means. Okay, and now I'm just going to put, this is gold acrylic marker, but you can use an acrylic paint if you want, but I'm just going to kind of do the back so that it kind of looks finished. It just really changes everything, because I like to see all the sides of origami. That's why I love double-sided origami. But if you don't have double-sided origami, you can make your own. You can just finish off the piece in a way that, just looks pleasing to you. And this one is just soaking in to the paper. When I did it on the origami paper, it was really shiny. So, because this is an absorbent paper. So it's looking very subtle. It's not a very bright gold, it's not a bright gold anyway, but it's much more. You'll see if I do it on a piece of origami paper, it's going to be a lot more shiny. Let me just kind of show you that. But you can use any, it just finishes it off. It just changes it is. And glitter is microplastic. And you know what? There's actually an edible glitter, which is, it's basically water soluble. And that would be a great thing to use, is the edible glitter, because it works. You can use it, but we're doing like with even the glues and the modeling paste and the gel mediums. Those are all plastic. So, yeah, I know. So we'll just be eating that stuff. But there it is, so pretty. And if you wanted to add, anything inside, you can leave it puffy. You can put something in it to sort of fill it if you want. If you want, you can fill it with cotton or something to kind of keep it puffy. And you can put a little string, easy to put a string in there and hide, just because it has an opening right there or right up in here. So there it is. So I think we've got like 1 minute left, and if there's anyone. So Phoebe, if you could write in the chat, since when are we getting together next? That's the question. And And I'm just going to quickly say hello. I'm in the corner. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Um, so whatever that's whenever we're getting, oh, and thank you for putting the hello grouper information. It is for people over 55, I think, that have Medicare Advantage plans and other things. So, but amazing if you can join in. It's amazing. So thank you so much, and go shopping. Yes, shop for papers and for watercolors, all the goodies that you want to buy yourself for Christmas. This is the time, and I really appreciate everybody coming. And I don't know when we're going to see it. Oh, January 9th. So we will see you next year, and I hope everybody has a safe and happy and healthy holiday season with friends, family, and or just have a peaceful time and keep yourself sane by folding and painting and making things. It helps you and it helps others because if you share it, it's like even better. So yes, happy holidays, everybody. So thank you so much, Phoebe, from the bottom of my heart. I enjoy our time together, and we will talk. We will see you all on January 9th, and I have no idea what we're doing, but we'll see you then. So take care, everybody. Have a great one. Oops, if I can say. Gotta figure out how to turn it off.